So this is my sister, Jennifer.
For decades, a health mystery surrounded Lauren Philion's life and her siblings' deaths. Her sister died of a sudden cardiac arrest at 18.
She had just finished high school.
Her brother Peter collapsed and died at 34.
Newly married, just starting a family.
And Philion herself survived cardiac arrest in her early 30s.
Out of the blue, I was in an aerobics class at the time.
Despite extensive cardiac testing on her and her family and DNA analysis, no one could pinpoint a cause.
We had no answers for them, and we had no idea whether or not we'd wake up the next day and we'd hear that a brother or a sister had had a similarly tragic fate.
Sudden cardiac arrest is triggered by problems with the heart's electrical system.
These red arteries here.
It's different from a heart attack, which stems from damage to heart muscle.
In a sudden cardiac arrest, you're looking at, on average, 1 in 10 patients surviving. So it's pretty dismal.
I know, here we go.
It took years and an international search for similar cases to find out what was happening to Philion and her siblings.
Come on.
The Canadian researchers who discovered it call it calcium release deficiency syndrome, triggered by a variation in one gene known as RYR2.
There was a lot of relief that now we had answers.
The team's latest achievement? They figured out how to detect the syndrome on an ECG.
So you see how different it is?
The researchers hope this becomes part of the standard arsenal of cardiac tests when trying to find out who might be at risk and whose life could be saved by having a defibrillator implanted.
Now I'm so gratified and so thrilled that the first test was working in human.
It's kind of bittersweet. Obviously I'm ecstatic that, somebody else isn't going to lose a brother, sister, mom or dad, or a child. Obviously it hurts that it came at the cost of, my brother and sister. Rusty, come.
Philion's children and her 2 surviving brothers have all been tested. None of them have the syndrome. Mike Crawley, CBC News, Ilderton, Ontario.